Okay, go.
Okay, so what I was saying was that last semester I did a portfolio. I forgot the professor's name, but I did a portfolio, and he was really organized in the sense of like he had like what he wanted. So he was like he wanted like a draft and everything like in specific like drop down bars. So I don't know if that's also something that you're looking for in our portfolio.
So the only thing that I'm requiring for your portfolio is that you include your gosh, well, I'm so sorry. I'm just blanking on what that essay was called. Your gosh, what was your first essay called?
Um, I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Let me see. Hold up.
Um, I have the syllabus right here. Um, your opinion editorial, your op-ed, of course. Okay, so the only thing I'm requiring for you to include are your final drafts of your op-ed, your visual analysis, and your critical analysis, and then your self-reflection. So you're not required to include any drafts if you don't want to. If you feel like it's relevant and it shows how much progress you've made, you're more than welcome to include drafts. I would like for you to have your, let me share my screen. I would like for you to have your essays formatted so that each has its own tab, and I would like for the home page to be that self-reflection. But I'm not too hung up on that. If you do it slightly differently, I'm not going to take points off as long as all the necessary elements are there. And you're welcome to include discussion posts if you like, if you feel like it rounds out your portfolio. But the only things I'm requiring are your 3 major essays and your self-reflection.
Okay, perfect. Another question. Well, it's not a question. It's more like, is it possible that you guys that you can show an example of like a previous portfolio that a student made, so that
Sure.
like, okay.
Give me just 1 second and I'll pull one of those up for you. Again, I'm more concerned with the content of the portfolios than how it's formatted. So let me pull up, see, when did I teach this course? I taught this course in 2020. Okay, all right. So here is an example of a portfolio. This portfolio got a 99. This was a really successful portfolio. You can see she doesn't even have it set up in the way that I recommend with your self-assessment on the front page, but I don't really mind. So she has comments. So she chose to include comments that she received on her drafts. That's optional. You don't have to include that. And then she has her final draft of her critical analysis. And she also, in a tab, has one of her drafts. That's optional. You don't have to have the draft. And then she has her discussion posts. She just chose to highlight some of her discussion posts that she felt were most relevant. And then she has her op-ed. and her visual essay, and then she also has a draft of her visual essay. And then she has this self-assessment, which I recommend making your homepage. So the reason the students got a 99 was because her self-assessment was really strong. So the things I'm looking for in the self-assessment are self-assessment. I'm looking for you to consider the course goals that we discussed at the beginning of the semester, the course goals that are on the syllabus, and think about how you've achieved or not achieved those goals. So if you want to say, if you want to make the claim like, hey, I've really enhanced my strategies for reading, drafting, revising, and editing and self-assessment, you might want to say like, here's an example of how I phrased something in a first draft of one of my essays, and this is how it ended up in the final draft. So that demonstrates that I've really come a long way in revising. Or you could cite something from one of your reflections and say like, I've really gotten thoughtful about my own writing, and I've developed some metacognition or thoughts about writing. So let's take a look at her. It's really long. So this self-assessment, I don't have a word count on it. I recommend that you do about 500 words. But if you're a little over, a little under, no big deal. I'm mostly concerned that you are discussing each of these goals and how you stack up against these goals that we set out at the beginning of the semester. So is that helpful?
Yes, very helpful. Now I know where to start, because I was really like all over the place when I started my portfolio, because I didn't know how to like organize it, but now looking at it, I have more an idea of where to put things. And
Yeah, so I would like for it to be set up like this with the with a page for each of your major essays, and then if you want to include any additional writing, you can make a page for that as well. You can see this student put a lot of creativity into making her page like original and creative, and I think that's great. I encourage you to do that. It's not required though. So I know you're already familiar with Academic Commons, but I'm just going to run through quickly for your classmates who aren't familiar how to create a new page in Academic Commons. So this is how, if you wanted to add your visual essay, you would go new, and then you would think that post and page are the same thing, but post shows up in a blog format, and then page is going to show up on that menu bar. So page, I'm going to say visual essay, and then I'm going to click publish. Then I'm going to visit my site, and you can see that a new tab showed up for visual essay. So you already know how to do that. You made a portfolio last semester. All right. Do you have any other questions for me?
No, that was literally it. I thought there was gonna be more students, so.
You know, like I thought about changing the time to 11 a.m. and I kind of wish I did, because I feel like students don't want to show up at 9:30, which I understand.
Yeah. I mean, I've been up since 8 in the morning doing homework because I'm so behind.
You know, like every semester it feels like, wow, I have so much work to do. I'm never going to be able to get it done. And every semester you get it done.
Yes. Literally, that's literally what happened. Last semester, I was like running around like a crazy person trying to get all my work together. And then I was like, at the end, I'm like, I'm done. And then it feels good when you're completely done with all the work.
You'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Well, if you think of any further questions, please don't hesitate to email me. I'm more than happy to answer questions over email or meet with you again if you like.
Thank you so much. Have a good weekend. Today's Thursday. Today's Thursday.
Yeah, have a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.